Our capacity to show strength, to love unconditionally, and to do good in the world is certainly not dependent on our physical stature. If anyone demonstrates this, it's Lane Belin. Born premature at 22 weeks, weighing only 1 pound, 13 ounces, he was not expected to survive, but he did. His joy for life was inspirational, and his impact on the lives of others was nothing short of heroic.
Lane was born on November 28th, 2012. He was born 16 weeks early. They flew him to Big Baptist in Little Rock, and that's where our journey started. It was such a roller coaster, but you held on to those high points so hard. 136 days we made, and we got to take him home. Once he could be Lane and he wasn't so sedated or wasn't on a ventilator, Lane loved life. He was kicking and playing, and he was the light that lit up every room. He loved to be loved, and he smiled. Oh, he smiled. We were being told that life would be limited. He's done great. He's beat all the odds. But when they tell you that it's always he can't, when he can, that just becomes more of a fight. And that's what, Lane could. September of 2015, Lane was having a lot of seizures. And the only way to fix these seizures was to do a procedure called a hemispherectomy. During the procedure, Lane suffered 2 strokes that left him blind, and he had some other complications. So we spent another, 4 months in the hospital with that. True Lane fashion, he came out doing great. We went back in for our boost in April of 2017. Lane wasn't responding at all. We'd been there not quite a week, and the doctor came in and she thought he had about 6 more months. She said, we'll let you go home and you can do everything that we're doing. So I said, great. That night came, everything was the same. One of the nurses came in and held Lane while I went and packed the car. And came back and put Lane in bed, and I crawled in next to him, and I dozed off about 1 o'clock. But when I got up, I looked at his monitor. I punched the button and I told the nurse, you got to tell me this isn't real. And she said, I can't do that. So at that time, I knew he was going home, but he wasn't going home with me. When Lane decided it was time to go home, the palliative care nurse came in and told me that he could not be an organ donor. And then a little while later, another hour or so later, she came back and she said he could be a donor, but he was not able to donate organs. He could only donate his tissues.
It is actually really common for someone not to be able to donate organs, but to be eligible to donate tissue. In Lane's case, he was able to donate his heart for valves, and 2 life-saving grafts were made for somebody who needed a valve transplant.
I wanted him to live on into somebody. I didn't know of tissue donation. I didn't even understand what tissue donation was. Lane's a hero. He was my hero long before he passed away. And then after he passed away, he became 2 other people's hero.
Aurora exists to help Arkansans by maximizing the opportunities for organ, tissue, and eye donation in the state. And we help to restore lives by recovering organs for transplants, but we can't do it without you.
Tissue donation is very special to me because I am a tissue recipient myself. I know how it changed my life. So for Lane to be able to do that for other people, it's really important.
Most people looked at Lane and all they saw was broken. I looked at Lane and all I saw was beautiful. And Lane taught me that. I think his life was as full as it could possibly be, and even into the end of his life, he gave.
Because of you, honoring the lives of people like Lane is possible. Register to become an organ, tissue, and eye donor.